Hi, just giving another update. It's been a couple of weeks since I posted last, I believe, and so so today's date, we are into September, September 1st today. So I'm going to be approaching the 2 month mark on the 14th, and so where I'm at this point in time, I've had pain, and just honestly, like today, has it started to what I would consider to be improve. A couple of things to mention. So for almost up until probably 2 weeks ago, I felt sort of like I was walking with like a pebble stuck in my foot, in the ball of my foot. That's started to go away, and I'm pretty sure it was swelling. I had swelling for, I mean, there's probably still a little bit of swelling, so, pushing 2 months. It wasn't much, but it was enough to, it's caused discomfort. And the scar tissue is pretty thick, and it's really tender. It's fully healed up as far as, actually not being open, which is nice, but when I touch the skin, it's real tender, and it's almost like the what would normally register as almost like a tickling sensation when you gently rub against the bottom of your foot. It's more on the pain threshold. It's kind of somewhere in between, which isn't real comfortable. Walking around has been tricky. I've been icing each night, which I would highly recommend. Ice for a while, take it off, ice for a while, take it off. Do that every night once it's healed up, at least sealed up. I didn't want to do it before then. And I'm doing a lot of this just based on trial and error, because frankly, I honestly think my doctor sort of lost interest in my situation, unfortunately, after the bone was gone. I mean, I can't say that for sure, but I just feel like I wish he was proactively giving me more feedback. I'm not supposed to go back and see him until, well, a couple weeks. And so anyway, I'll show real quick where we're at. Get a light turned on here. All right. So here we are. So you can see that you can see the spots that it kind of split open have healed a little less well, the darker spots, and there's some like kind of dead skin around. When so a couple of things right here, like basically on that where that toenail meets on the inside part, there's like a little spot of numbness there, which I think a lot of the pain I've been feeling is mostly from the nerve, and I suspect that a lot of the clicking that I'm hearing, because I do hear a lot of clicking every time I push forward or push off, and I used to have clicking intermittently, and I always thought it was the sesamoid doing it, and it might have been, because this seems a little different, but basically every step I take pretty much results in a click now, even with shoes on, which, it bothers me, but I've been looking online, and I've also read that it can be from like a nerve being irritated, that it can make clicking sounds, so I don't really know why, but it's a possibility. And I've really been trying to keep myself in a positive place with this recovery, because the first week or so when you got pain meds, it's easy to feel kind of optimistic, but I guess if there was anything, if I was watching this, it's really important not to set too high of expectations for too quick of a recovery. No matter how tough you think you are, I'm a pretty fast healer, so is a decision that it really needs to be made over a period of time. And I'm kind of the guy that wants stuff fixed right now, but that's not really how this seems to work. So right now, my pain level is probably, I would say I'm still a little bit higher in pain than I was before the surgery, but I also noticed some things have improved. It used to be that I would lay down in bed and I'd feel like an ache in my toe even when the sheets were over top of it. Real light pressure on the tip of my toes would cause like an ache. That's gone completely. So something is better, and it's those things that keep me positive. When I walk, first off, having the feeling like there was a pebble underneath, that really sucked. But it seems like as the swelling continues to go down, that's getting better. The scar tissue is no joke. With the bottom scar, the plantar scar or whatever, it makes sense to me why they try to avoid doing that in a lot of cases, because you're really on that a lot. Now I've been using a dancer's pad, and it's helped, but I've also noticed that so in my foot I don't know if it's a bunion or what, but if you can see the other side of my foot, like on this spot, kind of points out. Well, when you wear a dancer's pad, it compresses that, and by the end of the day, it's screaming in pain. So today, I actually tried to walk around without any padding. I have my orthotic, which offloads from the metatarsal a bit. And today was a real positive day. I mean, there's pain with each step, there's clicking, but as far as recovery goes, it feels like it's going in the right direction. And what I would suggest is, because I don't know what's going to come, I mean, I may never be fully better. You can kind of tell with my videos that, it changes from day to day, from time to time. But the whole point of these videos is to kind of show my mindset and maybe help others to understand, we're all different, but what kind of stuff is going through your mind when you have the surgery, for the surgery, of course, and throughout the recovery. Actually going to a Ohio State football game tomorrow, and there's a lot of walking, obviously, with that kind of thing. And I've been nervous about it. I've had these tickets for a while, but I do feel like I can make it. I'll have to walk slowly. Hard surfaces are tough. Dress shoes are tough. Tennis shoes much better with orthotics. Barefoot's real hard, but I still am trying to push myself. As far as the feeling, so in this position I have no pain right here at all. When I touch the tip of my toe, I feel the numbness a bit, although it feels like it's getting a little bit better. Now it's hard to do this when I'm not actually, there we go. As I pull back now, there's pain, but what it feels like is it feels more like tendon pain. So the pain I'm feeling is like right in here, kind of on the inside. I mean, right kind of near where it goes back. It's like right here. But, and it's like tight pain. Like imagine if you were trying to touch your toes. And in my case, I can't really do that. So the tendon on the back of your knee, it burns, it's very difficult, and it hurts. And the pain that I'm feeling here is very similar to that pain. Now I'm also getting pain up at the top almost within like the joint area here. And I'm not real sure why I'd be having pain up here. From what the doctor told me all the way back, the joints are fine on the top, but I think there's just still swelling going on, and it's hard to say. I've been trying to, initially I kind of went back into the doctor, hey, it hurts, what's going on? He scraped some of the scar tissue off, said he thought it was healing well. He took an x-ray, looked at the spacing was fine. I don't have any, my toes not drift in either direction, but there's pain. It's tricky knowing if it's surgery pain or, you want to know if you're better, and you're not going to get that luxury with this surgery, at least in the period of time that I've had, a little under 2 months. You're just not going to get it. I'm at the point where I'm just shooting for, if I have to tell myself each day, am I 1% better than the last day? And even proportion, if I never get to 100%, if I'm 1% better, eventually the surgery is going to be worth it. I'm not there yet. Right now I feel worse off, but I'm not scarily worse off. And I feel optimistic about, continuing to ice. I've been kind of playing around with different like Walgreens style orthotics. My next thing to try, I got a ball of foot pad, and Aleve is my best friend at this point. It's you're gonna be loading up on ibuprofen. Now, I don't know in my case if some of this is because from what I understand, the cartilage between the sesamoid itself and the metatarsal head was like 50% worn down. So because that had been going on so long, I do suspect that some of the pain that I feel is just the metatarsal, just that arthritis at the bottom without, no sesamoid now, but some of that direct pressure is going straight to the metatarsal, which I think I said that in my last video. I hadn't really thought of. But they say the treatment for that, is you got to take that sesamoid out. So I'm hoping over time this gets better. I'll do some more updates in the future. I think at this point my goal is to kind of provide updates that are based on the way that I'm feeling. Am I getting better? Or if a while passes and I'm not better at all, or if I'm worse, I'll definitely give an update too. But the fun stuff to watch, the surgery wounds and stuff. I don't have any more interesting stuff. It's just going to be me talking at this point. But I wanted to document the journey because, frankly, I became obsessed with it to some extent. And a lot of the videos I found, except for there's the one guy on YouTube that has, I can't think of his name now, but he's done a lot. He did a lot of videos, and he helped me quite a bit. I just wished that there was more specifics on like healing times and things. And beyond that, there's barely any stuff on fibular sesamoid, the inner one. I guess that's the more rare one to screw up. And I'm pretty sure in my case it was an old baseball injury. I used to be a catcher, so I suspect, I took foul balls, everywhere that you could imagine. People sliding their cleats in, and I didn't even play through high school. I stopped early in high school, but that's a really hard position on the sesamoids. I played football and basketball, and it's just over time those things really put a toll on the body. And so, somewhere along the way something went wrong. It's just funny that I don't remember it, and it's crazy that it got so bad. But anyways, sesamoid journey continues. I think I'm hopeful that one of these days I will get to the point where I look, I make a video and say, hey, this was a wonderful idea. Still working on that. And anyways, hope you're enjoying these videos, and obviously I kind of ramble a bit, but what else is YouTube for? So I'll talk to you later.